Hi guys, Spino here. So we got more information about Pearl and her upcoming kit. Again, these are leaks, so like always, take everything with a grain of salt, especially Pearl's kit because it's a wild kit that we got. Also, this is actually from Full Stop Chan, so yes, this person is pretty reliable on the HSR league community. So that's the only reason I'm even covering. Now for the kit, the speculated kit, Pearl. She needs other elation characters to make her kit work. She provides different kind of supports based on path of the team. She can also switch her path and provide shields or heals. In other words, Adventuring SP and Pearl can team up without affecting each other's kit strength. And this is all we got of Pearl so far. Also, we did got some early leaks about her having speed buffs in her kit. So yeah, that's still uh pretty is still in her kit, I think. Or maybe they kind of switch it up with this path changing mechanic. But Pearl, I think, looks like a really interesting sustainer. But the good thing is she is a sustainer. The only thing is now she has some sort of path changing in her kit, or you can just let her switch her path, maybe like from abundance, or maybe like elation, or maybe like an elation to a preservation. But she has some sort of ability to change her path, and this could make a lot sense, especially with adventuring, because Avon has that trace, right? Where he does get affected if there is another elation character on the team, because then his buffs will become elation buffs. And you kind of want to have him at the follow-up buffs, because his main team is they're still trying to push the follow-up team in rather than the elation team. Also, I think after the V3 changes, Avon is much stronger on the Fuwa side rather than the elation side, because his elation side is a little bit weak in my opinion. So if they make what's her name, Pearl to be elation, then it will affect his trace. So I could see this being a thing, but I just don't know how they're gonna implement it. If they're gonna make her like a dual path character, or they're just gonna make something inside her kit where like she's just gonna activate this ability on herself. But dual path character, I think it's way early for HSR to introduce a dual path. But if they do add it, I will not be surprised, especially with Pearl, because able to heal and shield is kind of OP in my opinion, and you can actually have control over it. It's gonna be huge, because the main reason is you kind of need a healer on a follow-up setup, right? Especially if you're gonna have Ash Veil and Blade, because Blade needs a healer, mandatory healer, for him to work 100%. Otherwise, you're gonna lose a lot of value on him, especially if you're running Ash Blade with Avon. You 100% need a healer. Otherwise, you're kind of breaking Blade. So I could see this leak being true, but it's just I don't know how they're gonna implement, because a dual path character, it's gonna be interesting, man. But they can also maybe change something in her kit where maybe she just goes into healing mode if there's only one other elation unit besides her, and then maybe if there are 3 or more elations, she just goes into shielding mode. I just don't know how they're gonna make the path work. That's the only thing, because if she has base elation path, then she will mess up Avon's kit. So maybe she can just swap, path from the get-go. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. Now I'm way more excited about to see how Pearl is gonna work, because this leak, yeah, I'm so confused how they're gonna make her work. But yeah, these are the leaks that we got of Pearl, and yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. And if you did, leave a like, do the random stuff, and yeah, see you guys on another video. Bye.